So type A type of bearing are those bearing in which we do not have any steel layer. The type A bearing are just bearings in which the elastomer material is used. So you can see they have specified these for Euro codes. So we do not refer Euro codes in Pakistan. These are the ASTO, as per ASTO. So for example, if you have an applied load of 500 kilonewton beneath your girder, so if at your girder location here, at the location of your girder here at this location, if you get a load of 500 kilonewton from the CSi bridge, so these are the different types of bearings that you can use. Similarly for 750 and uh, for depending upon the load, you can select the depth and thickness of bearing, elastomer bearing. Okay, so recording started. Okay, I have started recording. Okay, so today lecture is about layout lines and lanes. So the first thing from now onward, we will be proceeding with our modeling. So the first thing uh, in modeling in CSi bridge is that we have to define layout line. So as I told yesterday to you that layout line is basically uh, okay. So layout line is basically the reference line used for defining horizontal and vertical alignment of a bridge and vehicle lanes. So when you define a layout line, so your bridge will proceed in the direction of that layout line. So layout line is basically a reference line that you define in CSi bridge, and your bridge will the geometry of the bridge and the elevation of the bridge will be decided by the layout line. So this is the main purpose of layout line, is that your bridge geometry and your bridge orientation depends upon the layout line. I have started the CSi bridge. It is opening. So when it open, I will show you in the CSi bridge. In meanwhile, you will just go through the lecture. So layout lines are defined using station for distance bearing for horizontal alignment and grades for vertical alignment. So you have to define these three things: stations for the start and end station of the um, bridge, the horizontal alignment. So if the bridge is straight, so we will just use a straight line and vertical. And if we have a curvature in our bridge, then we will have to define curvature in the layout line as well. And we also have to define grades for vertical alignment. So for example, if the bridge is between two valleys, just like this, bridge. So if it between two, if it a bridge lies in a valley, so we don't have to provide any vertical grade. But if it is a flyover type of bridge, for example, you are providing a bridge in a flyover type of bridge where you have to lift the grade the from the road level to some height to provide passage for the traffic below. In that case, we will also have to provide the vertical grade. So let me open CSi Bridge. And please also keep this in mind that what we define in today's lecture, we will use this as we will proceed with that model. So you should also have uh, do what either in the class or after the class, but you have also to model these things. So we will work in this model till the end of the course. This will be our reference model uh, for the whole course. So, and I will be using this drawing as a reference, ref, as a reference drawing for modeling. You will also use draw some complex layout line as well, but this will be this will be the main focus of this course, this T-beam bridge. Okay, so I have already modeled, created a model for this drawing. So I am opening it and I will show you guys how you can, what is layout line and what is the significance of layout line. I don't know why it's slow today. So, okay, we will proceed with the lecture. So, when you open CSi Bridge, you will see this option in the CSi Bridge. When you click it, this window will pop up. So, after, okay, okay. So, I told you yesterday that if you go from this tab from left to right, so at the end of analysis tab you will have completed the model. So in today's lecture we will cover this tab, the layout tab. So I told you that layout is basically a reference line along which your bridge will proceed. So I have defined different sections uh, in this model. So I will change it to the T-beam for now. Okay. Okay, so this is the first step. You should bear in mind that this is the first step. Whenever you start modeling in CSi Bridge, this will be the first step. The bridge wizard that I showed you yesterday was just to give you an introduction of or an overview of what the bridge wizard is, but we will not use, I haven't used bridge wizard that much, and I have also used, always use this tab for modeling. So, so your modeling will start from this tab and proceed in this direction. So this will be your first step in modeling. This will be your second step in modeling. This will be your third. So as you go along this step, you will have your modeling will complete. Now, so the first step in, for example, this is the,
फिर ये मॉडल जो ड्रा हुआ है सर, ये फिर कहाँ से आया है सर, अगर आज ये फर्स्ट स्टेप है सर?
तो ये तो मैंने पहले से बनाया हुआ है ना, तो मैं आपको बना कर दिखाऊंगा ना शुरू से, ये खैर है, घबराए नहीं.
ओके सर, थैंक
Acha. Okay, so the first step in defining, for example, this is the bridge which let me remove this so that you guys do not get confused with what I have made previously. Clear and create clear all from link model. So when you click clear all from link model, so everything will be removed from the screen. So now the first step is that, why is this? Okay, so layout line. So when you open this tab layout line, so first of all, if you look at here, here is a tab named as preferences. So when you click on the preferences, so angle uh, uh, bridge layout preferences, north arrow direction. So angle in degrees. So the north arrow direction angle is measured counterclockwise from the positive global axis to the north direction. So this preference decide the direction of your north arrow. For example, here it is written that this angle is measured counterclockwise from x-axis. So this is our x-axis, and 90-degree counterclockwise from your x-axis lies your north. This is your north. So if, let me show you what does this mean. So for example, this is now 90. So you see the direction of north here. This is 90-degree from the x-axis, positive x-axis. Now I change it to 0. So you see the direction of north has been changed. So this depend upon your detailed modeling, that if you are drawing multiple layout lines and they are in different orientation, so you have to change your node direction accordingly. But most of the time we use the default preferences. So this is, I will keep it as default. Okay. And the next is curve discretization. So maximum subtended angle in the degrees. So the finer the discretization of your curve, the smoother will be your curve. So if you uh, give a small value here, your curve will be smooth. If you give a larger value, you will get a coarser curve. So I will leave it as it is. And bridge loading station perpendicular to layout line. So yes, this is the, because we will load the bridge perpendicular to the layout line, the loads will be coming from above and it is in horizontal direction. So it will, I will leave it to default. So the first thing in, if when you open this layout tab, here these four option will appear. The first one is new. So if you want to define a new, you will click this one. This window will open. Okay, and if you have already made a bridge layout line and you want to make a copy of that bridge layout line, so you will click on this. So it will create a copy from the previous one. It will use the same properties for the previous. You see, this is BLL1 and this is BLL2. It has created the copy of BLL1 by the name of BLL2. It will use the same parameters or the same values from the previous one. But this is done in that case that most of the parameters are same, but you want to change some parameter, then you take copy of that. This option is available in almost every tab in the CSi. This is the modify option. So if you have previously modified defined the layout line and you want to modify it, then you have to modify it from here. Um, you can also use this option for defining for using all these options. So when if you use this option, this window will open and it also has all these options available here. Add new line, add copy of line, modify line, set preferences. So all the options present here are also present in this small uh, drop down window. So the first step is that I will define a new layout line. Let me change the unit to meters. I am more comfortable in working with meters. So this bridge is, I am modeling this bridge. So you can see the length of this bridge is 20 it has a 20 meter spans. I have shared this drawing in the lecture number 2 codes folder, and you can download it from there. This is a 20-meter span bridge. So this bridge has two spans and it is 20-meter. It has a 20-meter length. So I will define. So it has two spans. So total length will be 40 meter. Okay. Now, when you open this layout option, so this window will pop up, and at the top you will see the name of the layout line. So you can modify your layout line name. So I will say a layout line 1. Okay, so this is the name I gave it to the layout line. I am opening the previous one. So I want to work in this one. So okay, so I will change the name to layout 1. Coordinate system global, we don't have any other coordinate system. Okay, shift layout line. So I will come to this in a meanwhile. So the first thing in defining a layout line is initial station. So initial station is the start of the bridge. So if you are defining multiple layout lines, then you have to shift the station. For example, if you have defined the previous, if you want to define two bridge objects in a single model, so then you will use these options. Otherwise, if you are using a single bridge object, then initial station 0, so it will start from here. Initial bearing 90 is, so how many of you are mm, uh, know about this quadrantial bearing system? So this is the quadrantial bearing system. So 90, this is north, south, east, and west. So 90 east mean this. This will be 90 east is basically the eastward direction. So you see your layout line is oriented in the east direction. So 90 east mean this. If you want to change into 0, okay. So you see the layout line has changed. Layout line has changed the direction. So this is the function of this option. Okay, so I think you got it what initial bearing and initial station means. So I will keep the default value. So there are, you see, 90 0000. So the first two are for degrees, the second two are for minutes, and the last two are for uh, seconds. So degree, minute, second, the standard form of writing an angle. Initial grade in percent. So initial grade in percent. Uh, you know what is the grade in bridge? Let me show you another drawing. So this is the vertical elevation of the elevation of the bridge. So if your bridge is straight just like this, so your initial grade will be 0. Grade is basically the percent of vertical height that you have to give to the bridge starting from 0. It is a percentage of the horizontal distance. For example, 5% grade means, for example, this is a 100-meter span. Let's say this is 100-meter span, and I want to give this bridge a 5% grade. So 5% grade will mean 5% of this. So 5% of this will be 5 meter. So if I move 100 meter horizontally, I have to move 5 meter vertically. So 5% grade means this is what 5% grade means. So hope you got it. Uh, Please give me response that do you understand what I'm doing now, the grade thing.
Clear है sir, clear.
Okay, so I'm modeling this bridge, so I don't have to use any grade. This is a 0 grade bridge because it is in a valley, so 0 grade, no grade is provided here. We are just joining two hills here. So this you can see what you do here, it will be changed here. So if you give some curve here, so this window will show you what your layout line will look in this CSi Bridge GUI. Okay, normal gradient in bridge, actually this is not our concern. So we provide grade 2, 3, 4, 5%, but 6%, maximum 6%. We cannot go above 6%. In BIT Peshawar we have used 6%, and it was an extreme grade. But it depends upon different things. The purpose of the bridge, for example, it is used for heavy trucks or for normal vehicular traffic. So it depends upon different things. I don't have any exact idea of what the limit for grade is, but it is not our concern. Being a structural engineer, it is decided by the highway guys. So in a bridge project, there are multiple engineers involved at a time. So highway engineers are also involved, who decide the grades and the elevation of the bridge. Geotechnical engineers are involved, who decide the foundation and the soil properties that we use for the design. Similarly, hydrological and engineers are involved, who give us the calculation for the stream flow and the hydraulics. But the bridges which I have worked on, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6% grade was mostly used in these flavors in BIT Peshawar. and I will see if I come across any reference, so I will share it with you guys, inshallah, in the Google Drive. Okay, so this is as I told you that this is a straight bridge, so the initial grade will be 0. So initial grade 0 and end station 40. So this is a 40 meter bridge with 2 spans, 20 meter span. So the initial grade will be uh, we will in end station will be 40. So this is the basic data that you have to put in the bridge layout line. Okay, now coming here, horizontal layout data and vertical layout data. So if we have a complex type of horizontal vertical profile, just like this bridge. So you see this is a bridge here, it is a elevated flyover. So the traffic is lifted from here and it crosses the existing road and then goes uh, drops here. So this is a not a straightforward geometry. This a curve horizontal geometry is also not very straightforward, and the vertical is this is the vertical profile of the bridge. So you see it is not straight. So in that case, you have to use these two tabs for defining this complex type of geometry. So there are different ways to define such type of geometry. You can define your own. You have to give the curves the data of individual point as well, and there are also some default templates given in the CSi Bridge. So if you click on quick start here or here, so these are some of the default templates available in CSi Bridge. For example, if you have a bridge which has a geometry just like this, so you select this one. If you have a bridge that goes this have a horizontal geometry, this is horizontal profile, you see horizontal layout data. So if you have a bridge which has a horizontal layout line like this, so I will select this one, and it will you see automatically convert the horizontal layout into um, a curve one. And okay, so it will define a curve profile. So if now I update it, I assign it the bridge superstructure, you will see how does it look like. So you see this is now the geometry has been changed from a straight to a curved one. Okay, so I will convert it. I will convert it to straight one. So the previous one. Similarly, if you, as I showed you here in this drawing, so as the vertical profile is also not straight, so you can also define vertical profile here. So if you have a profile which is matching one of these ones, so you can select any one of these. But if you have a profile which does not match any one of this, then you will have to define it your own. And how we are going to define it? So we will start defining our own layout line after 10 minutes. So I have to stop the session now because the session is ending in 5 minutes. We will meet at 9:43 p.m. inshallah.